Let's get you another check on how oil is faring ahead of the OPEC Plus meeting, which will now take place virtually instead of in person in Vienna as planned. What does it signal about exactly what type of policy direction these oil ministers will take? Well, that remains to be seen. As it stands, though, WTI is sub $80 a barrel this morning, but still better by 1.1%. Brent crude at $83.90, also up around 1%. Who better to discuss than Carole Nakhle? She is founder and director at Crystol Energy, joining us live now from London with the latest on this. And Carole, what's your take on OPEC going virtual? Analysts over at RBC say the no drama optics might suggest that a rollover is possibly more likely at this meeting. Your take?
Good morning, Dan. Well, I'm not going to read too much into whether it's virtual or in person. I mean, they had their big meeting in Vienna 2 months ago, and there is no harm in going back to what they were doing for the last year or two in terms of virtual, especially that market conditions have not changed drastically. When I say drastically, I say it with a bit of caution because we are seeing oil prices at the same level as just a few days in September before the OPEC Plus meeting, where they announced a 2 million barrels a day cut. So we are in the same territory, but we are heading into very interesting territories, which is, first of all, the EU sanctions on Russian oil, on seaborne oil traded from Russia, are going to become effective. And also we're going to see what will happen with the EU price cap. At the same time, there are other interesting dynamics, including in China. We saw what happened with the protests and some rumors about opening up from zero COVID policy. We are hearing about the lifting of sanctions in Venezuela. So on balance, the market conditions kind of justify maintaining the same course for OPEC Plus. So I'm not expecting surprises, but you never know, because I doubt those policies or those decisions are purely taken on economic ground. But based on that alone, I think they might well stay the course for the time being.
Okay, so staying the course. Of course, as you suggest, the EU oil price cap has been a really contentious issue. No doubt it's something that OPEC is also watching. And what's going to happen on December 5 when these EU sanctions on Russian seaborne crude become effective as well? Odds are that this is likely to influence the OPEC thinking, but the problem is they still don't know exactly what's going to happen or what that price cap is going to look like.
Well, first of all, I mean, the EU sanctions on seaborne Russian oil are going to be implemented. They were announced a few months ago, so they kind of prepared the market for them. They are not a surprise. So that we know for sure they are going to be implemented. Now, of course, their effectiveness is questionable because we all know that oil markets are global. Oil is traded everywhere. It's a liquid market. So if it has affected or is going to affect oil market, it's going to be through a redirection of the oil trade flow, and we're seeing that where more Russian oil is going towards Asia, more Middle Eastern oil coming to Europe, and more trade redirection of trade flow is happening. What is still the unknown is the price cap, and so far the EU has not reached an agreement on the level of the price cap. So they said they want to impose any price cap, which has been championed by the US, but they have not reached an agreement on the level of that price cap. And also, so that is a big uncertainty at what price cap the EU is going to go for, if they will go ahead with that in addition to their sanctions. But there is the other big unknown is how Russia is going to respond. Is Russia bluffing when they are saying they will not supply oil to any country who is going to be part of the price cap, or they are still going to supply depending on the levels of the price cap is around 60 or 70? That is not going to create any harm for Russia because their oil is already traded at a discount. But if it's below that, then that will cause a pain, and Russia may well be execute its threat. So these are the main uncertainties about the price cap, and that could by itself create more volatility as we are seeing today in oil markets.